Welcome back to the Gamealogical Institute studios. We're going to take a quick look at the game Onus Traianus. This is a great game. You know, people like to do miniatures, and there's different aspects, right? You can, people who like to just do the building, people who like to do the painting, or the building and the painting, and there's people who like to build and paint them so that they can get them to the table and then do their grand battles, or build them and get someone else to paint them, or any combination. What Onus presents to you is the opportunity to have some great armies instantly, because the units, instead of having the three-dimensional block with the rows of soldiers on it and then laying those out, they're on cards. So, and they're wonderfully illustrated. You've got the cards set up with whether it's cavalry, infantry, mercenaries, charioteers, catapults, scorpions, the various artillery pieces from all these different battles that are occurring in ancient times. You can reset them and pull out your army. It's a deck of cards. You can use that right away. Well, here we are behind the scenes at the Gamealogical Institute studio, because I have to make a confession. I did a wonderful online tabletop simulator review of the game Onus that is on Kickstarter for a few more days with the fine folks who are producing that out of Spain, and we had a translator, and my video ended up only recording what the other folks were saying and nothing that I was saying. However, they recorded it on their end, and it is one of the playthrough videos that you can watch on the Kickstarter page that says "with Tony from the Gamealogical Institute." But I said I was going to make a video too, so what I'm going to do is we're going to end up with a series of images, and I'll give some commentary. Oh, this is really a cool game. In fact, last year I couldn't do it, but I got one of the shirts for one of the factions that are available in the game, and there's tons now. True Confessions, Truth in Advertising. I did go all in as a backer after doing the preview with them. So anyway, here's some of the information. So back to the official show. Let's see what it is. There's not a lot of time left on this Kickstarter, so I'm getting this out kind of late. I really feel like I need to get it out to let those people know. All right, another behind-the-scenes nugget. I just discovered I can do voiceovers, so these videos will be much more entertaining.
Okay.
I've got two units here that have suffered some bad morale, but they haven't broken, and we can see I'm getting some flanking because of the overlap. We'll listen in on the next clip. Before we get too much further into this, we'll take a quick look at the turn sequence. There are 7 parts to it. Often you will only do 3 or 4 parts depending on where your units are and how they're deployed. And other times, of course, you use them all. And here's a view quickly on the other side of that card of a lot of the most commonly used icons that you'll see on your units as you're trying to determine how they can engage, what advantages they may have for combat rolls or defense rolls, morale checks. So it's pretty engaging. There's great information available right here. And we have the action cards. They have 2 parts. So here I would use it maybe to help have more actions when I'm maneuvering, or on the resist side at the bottom, this will enhance my defense and the moral courage of my unit as we're facing combat.
Okay, so
he's deciding what to do on his turn. I'm looking at my cards to see what options I have.
allows you to do an additional range attack before charging against another unit. All right, but in this case, you're not charging, so it's not going to be helpful. The second one is the skirmisher icon, which we already know, which is the one that allows you to move. And the third one is the combinable icon, meaning that you could group these skirmishers with other units for special double card formation, that it's possible only with cards that have actually that icon. No? Claro. So my cavalry has -2. -1 because there's a second of your units attacking it, and another -1 because of the flanking. So I have 5 armor instead of the usual 7. All right.
In this part of the engagement, I was really trying to figure out the best way to assault the Legionnaires there and use the combined arms. Got some good damage up in the
That's
in the
right.
ruins there on that group that was coming down.
Yeah, you got a bunch of stuff. So let me check with Luis what special effects you have. ¿Qué efectos especiales tiene él? A ver, porque alguno
Embestir. Aunque sea infantería, es
embestir.
embestir.
Vale. Okay. So you do launch, even if they are
Inmortal.
even right. So the two units, the two abilities that are going to be useful for the fight are the launch ability. It doesn't matter that yours are infantry. Since mine are infantry, you get the benefits. And also the deadly skill, which allows you to deal double damage. That's the broken heart, because this is the second installment of the Onus game. All right. So the first game was Onus Rome versus Carthage, which was the original set, which included Romans, Carthaginians, and mercenaries. All right.
Punic Wars.
The Punic Wars, exactly. So then we got the expansion, Greeks and Persians, which included four new armies: Athenians, Spartans, Persians, and Greek mercenaries. And then a second expansion, which is Macedonia, which included the Macedonians. All right. And this is all available in the Onus pack with this in this new campaign, but this is all previous armies from the previous installments of the game. Then the new edition is the Onus Traianus game, which includes these 8 armies and which is fully compatible, obviously, with all of the previous ones. All right. And this is the main element in the Kickstarter right now.
So there's not a lot of time left on the Kickstarter, but I felt it was really important to still get this out, even with 3 days, 2.5 days left. Okay, this video may feel like a mess. I'm cutting in and out. I'm behind the scenes again, but I just had to jump in one more time because I really didn't mention so many stretch goals in this campaign have been achieved. There are so many armies, there are extra perks, there are playmats you can get as add-ons, there's a dice tower, there are some deluxe dice, there are coasters, there are additional armies and generals and some larger format cards. It's just, there's a lot in this campaign. So I know that, again, not a lot of time left. I had to jump in here because I didn't explain how just fantastic this campaign has gone. So that people had an opportunity to know about this project if they didn't already, because it could really be in your sweet spot of want to play the miniatures and the battles, but really not into building and maybe not really into the painting and doing that. So at a very economical price for the amount of army you get, Onus Traianus is a great opportunity.